Have you ever wondered why there's so many real estate crash videos on YouTube? It seems like every time you log into YouTube, there's yet another crash video. And there's a reason for it. Crash videos and just negativity in general does really well on YouTube. YouTube is certainly not about accuracy. It's much more about hype. In today's video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes into my YouTube studio. I'm going to show you two videos. One of them is a crash video. Another one that is not a crash video. I really want you to be aware of how YouTubers make money, because to some of you, it's actually quite surprising that, for example, we can run ads on videos, but also it's going to give you food for thought in terms of helping you understand who is in it for the right reasons and who might be actually exploiting this negativity around the market crashing. Even the data doesn't support it. We're in my studio right now behind the scenes, and we're going to log in right into the back end of my YouTube channel. Here I get to see all the videos I've ever done, how it's performed, and the money it's generated for me. Let's look at two videos I've done just as a comparison perspective. Okay, so this one here is entitled, "What Do You Need to Know When Buying a Home?" There's nothing really obnoxious about this one, right? It's just a very matter-of-fact type of video where I explore the budget, the location, timing, real estate offer, home inspection, closing day, really all the essentials you need to know as a buyer. And that video generated $6. $6. That's a lot of money, huh? Not really. Okay. Now let's look at the video that was certainly a crash video, and it's one that has to do with the Florida condo crisis. The condo crisis in Florida is real, and it's really focused on those older condos that are 3 stories and higher. So I did a video about it because it's what's happening in Florida, but it is certainly one that it could be seen as a crash video. Well, let's look at this. It got almost 200,000 views. It made me almost $1,200. So a huge difference between the first video I showed you and, of course, this one. Let's first talk about how a creator can make money on YouTube. The first one is probably the easiest one, and that is to allow ads to run on our videos. We can't choose specific ads, but we can control where it appears and what type of ads are going to be shown in our video. So the intentions for any YouTuber is to keep people engaged, is to keep up retention on these videos. All right, so maybe now you're asking yourself, well, how much money can you actually make from each video that you're launching? The video performance is really up to YouTube, and a lot of it has to do with the algorithm and some stats that YouTube looks at, such as click-through rate and retention and so forth. So it's kind of out of the creator's control, really, unless they're paying to push out their videos. Mine are completely organic. I've not paid for any video distribution whatsoever. I let YouTube do its magic, just depending on whether my videos are liked by you or not. But let's just say a video gets about 200,000 views in the category that I'm in, which is real estate, maybe sometimes finance. That could get you about $10 per 1,000 views. So let's just say a video does 200,000. It gets 200,000 views. Easily, a creator could be making with that particular video about $2,000, give or take. It really depends on kind of what the content of the video is also. But now take YouTubers that are doing, say, a video every other day, or maybe they're doing 3 videos a week, and they've already generated enough subscribership and enough exposure that each one of the videos will get on average maybe 200,000, maybe even more. Let's just go with 200,000. If they're making 3 videos and each one of these videos gets 200,000 views times 52 weeks, that is ultimately an income of over $300,000. So now you can see how YouTube can be a real money generator for those YouTubers who've kind of figured out how to make their videos go to a much broader audience. And it's also these creators that could be taking advantage of the system, and they could be telling you a story not because it's true, but because they're making lots of money. In addition to ads, a YouTuber may also be using YouTube and the exposure that they're getting to sell digital downloads or perhaps some kind of an app. Also, there's sponsorship opportunities. I've certainly had companies who've wanted me to pitch their products. So why do we pay more attention to negativity? I mean, I don't know about you, but I would love to have the good news channel. But then again, would I actually watch it? I think I would at this point, but it is also proven that negativity is what garners most people's attention. And that could go back maybe due to the fact that if we're under fight or flight, our system just gets into high gear and now all of a sudden we're plugged in, right? And that holds true with news that is just a little bit more negative. Let's take a titling example. There's a real estate video. It could be titled, "The housing market is strong and boring." Well, is that interesting enough for you to actually click into? Probably not. Let's take that same video and we're going to title it, "The real estate market is crashing and you better prepare yourself, and here's how." It's more likely you're going to click into the second video title just because it's more alarming and it sounds more urgent. And here's some real stats and research to back this up. A study by Outbrain found that headlines with negative words like worst or never got 63% more clicks. Then there's research from Rosen and Rosamund which showed negative events impact us more deeply than equally intense positive ones. A 2019 Reuters study showed most people say they want positive news but still choose negative headlines. And then lastly, MIT found bad news spreads 6 times faster on social media. And so it's not surprising when it comes to news channels, whether it's Fox or CNN or NBC, they're going to be focusing on negative news headlines because it's going to generate viewership. And that's how they're really making money. They want you to get plugged into their news channel. And so if the information is too good, it's just too positive, well, you're probably not going to be as enticed in paying attention. That's unfortunately how we humans are wired. And the same holds true with YouTube. It's those videos in many cases, especially when it comes to the real estate and the financial market, it's the ones that are really kind of focused on your fears and playing those up that are going to generate more attention, and ultimately it's going to make the creator more money. A creator that is making YouTube their sole source of income can easily fall prey to providing you with misinformation because in ways they're kind of selling their soul. Not all of them. There's certainly a lot of really great YouTubers out there. Even if it's their only source of income, they are, I feel, truly there to provide you with honest feedback and communication, but not all of them. And we're going to actually talk about how you can better kind of go through YouTubers and really have you determine whether they're worth listening to or not. There are some really good YouTubers out there who are probably making YouTube their primary source of income. But I do think that they're doing it in ways that are very smart, with the idea of truly providing you with information that is going to help you, not misguiding you. Clear Value Tax is great. He's extremely data driven and does some fantastic videos. Christina Smallhorn, she is absolutely focused on the real estate market and has been doing it, for years. I've watched her ever since I've gotten onto the YouTube channel. I think she's actually kind of fun to watch, but also she keeps it real. Jadida Hill is someone I've been watching for many years as well. She prides herself on getting you over the hill to real estate ownership. So then how do you figure out the good from the not so good creators when it comes to telling you the truth? Well, first off, if a creator, all they do is talk about a crash and they've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years, or maybe 3 years, you can go back to their YouTube channel and look at their historical information and videos. If that's all they ever talk about, they're exploiting the situation because the US housing market has not crashed. If they're making very vague claims and they don't have the right data to support it, or they're cherry picking data to make a much bigger point, but the data doesn't really support it. For example, a creator might want to show how the US real estate market is crashing, and you're showcasing maybe a city where the market is actually down. Well, one really has nothing to do with the other, so you can't make that comparison. And those creators that have no accountability or have had no follow-up on some of their videos that were just dead wrong. I mean, look, We're creators, we're human beings, we're going to get some things wrong. But I think it's important, if that's the case, to actually be able to admit it. And so I'm going to be real with you. I've certainly used the words doom and crash in my videos, and of course I've done this video here on the condo crisis. When it comes to bold titling, a lot of us will use more dramatic titling because we want you to click through the video. But once you're in the video, it's so important that the information is true and that the intentions is truly to help you and not to misguide you. My goal has always been with this channel to provide you with the most relevant information as I see it. My hope is that you call me if you're looking for a local real estate agent in, say, Sarasota or Lakewood Ranch or Venice or Bradenton. That would make me really happy. But ultimately, it's about empowering you to make the right decisions for you, whether you are in Florida or maybe you are somewhere else in the US. I'm going to keep showing up with content that's going to respect you, your time, your intelligence, and I certainly hope that you continue to tune in. Thank you so much for joining me today. This was definitely a different kind of video. Not sure if people are gonna like this one as much as maybe some of the others, but hey, it's what I wanted to get off my chest, and I did, and I'm happy I did. I wish you guys a great day. Thank you again for tuning in. Take care.